Hello YouTube, Xander here, and this is my post-hysterectomy video. So on May 26th, I had my hysterectomy at 9 in the morning, and it went very well, and was a very interesting experience because for me it was my very first surgery. So yeah, I couldn't eat from midnight until after my surgery, and I had the laparoscopic version, and I can show you exactly what that means, which is, for me, I got incisions here, 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 and one in here, and these are my medical boxers, and they put scopes in and kind of like cut off the stuff, and then they had to pull it through the front hole. And so trigger warning, but you basically get one last period after Shark Week because you end up bleeding a bit after from your front hole, and so you have to deal with that for a little while. And I also advise you, depending on what meds they put you on, if they put you on the ibuprofens, be sure to try and eat whenever you take your meds, because at one point while I was still in the hospital, I took one of the meds on an empty stomach, and you're not supposed to do that, but I didn't know that because I wasn't able to eat a lot at first. My appetite's slowly coming back now, but I could eat very little right after my surgery because my stomach felt very swollen and everything was pushing on everything, so it was just really difficult to actually stomach anything without already feeling really full. And so I took this med on an empty stomach because it was really early in the morning and I hadn't had breakfast, and it was a while since I had had dinner. And after I woke up, I ended up being very sick and I was throwing up, which really, after getting a hysterectomy, is not the best thing. It was very painful. Heaving is not nice when you have a sore stomach.
Or sneezing, or yawning,
yeah,
or burping,
or laughing. Anything that makes your stomach move hurts. So yeah, it was bad because this one was making me laugh while in my hospital room, and every time I had to suppress laughter. You know how hard that is? Because it would hurt.
I was making him laugh by talking about his toots.
Oh yeah. You get very gassy because they have to pump gas into your stomach to kind of expand everything in order to work in there, right? Because they're using scopes. Whereas the other surgery, they cut right across, and that's not used anymore because it's more invasive and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of gas, and you can't push anything. You can't do that. So you can't hold them in either. So they just come out, and you just toot a lot. Or burp sometimes, but burping isn't as often because if you can get pain up in your chest and your shoulders and stuff, because some of the pain will be redirected because nerves and stuff, I guess. But sometimes when you get a pain in your chest, it's because the gas is kind of moving up, and then if you burp a bit, it sort of relieves it. But yes, there's a lot of gas happening. Other than that, my hospital stay was really great. I got my surgery done with Dr. Oliver in Kitchener in Ontario, and she's really great, really nice, and is especially great regarding your transness. If you do get a hysterectomy in Canada, I'm not sure for all the provinces or anything, but in order for it to be free, you have to have your gender marker as an F on your health card for it to be free. If it's an M, it's not free. So luckily, I didn't get my name change stuff until just before my surgery, so I still had a good amount of time to get my health card changed. And I still haven't got it changed yet because I just had surgery, obviously. So mine still had an F on it and everything. My big issue was that because of the fact that I got my name and gender changed at the same time, that my birth name is still on my health card, and so all of the nurses kept calling me by my birth name because they didn't know. But when I said I had to say my preferred name because they weren't able to write it down on stuff repeatedly. You can write it down on one sheet, but there's no saying that all the other sheets, especially the people that came in and delivered my food and stuff, they have to announce who the food's for, right? Making sure they get the right room, because some people have special diets and whatever. And so yeah, they kept announcing my name a lot, and it kind of was annoying, but yeah, I guess I couldn't help it.
Yeah, so if you want free hystos and you haven't gotten your gender change, go do that before you do it.
Yeah. If you're
Less
planning
costly.
on if you're planning on a histo, don't get your gender changed right away. Don't do it. You can get your name changed. You can do them separately. You can. I did them at the same time because I didn't know that. But luckily I didn't get the stuff back because the government was really slow for some reason with mine. But luckily I didn't get it back until after until just before my surgery. So yeah, make sure it's an F or else you're going to have to pay for it. And I'm not sure how expensive it is, but it's probably expensive since it's a surgery. But yeah, the nurses are really nice. They take really good care of you. Yes, if you ever go to Dr. Oliver, I highly recommend it. And you have to have a catheter though, so if people are afraid of catheters, I will tell you this now. I kind of was afraid of them. I'd never had one before. But really, they're not that bad at all. They put the catheter in while you're still asleep from surgery, because they put you to sleep for surgery. And then when they take it out, it's like painless. It's just like a little, not even a pinch either. It's just like slight pressure when they take it out, and it's not even painful. I was worried about that, but it's not even painful. Yeah, so it's really not that bad. They don't put the bag, well, I don't know, they don't put the bag in view, so you don't have to watch yourself pee or anything, but I didn't even know I peed, honestly. Before you leave the hospital, they make sure that you can pee by yourself after they take out the catheter, and you have to pee a certain amount before they let you go, so they make you pee in this like measurement thing. And then once you're able to pee, they discharge you. They're supposed to keep you overnight, so I went into surgery on the 26th, and I was released on the 27th. So, yeah, it was a pretty good experience for my first surgery, aside from the throwing up part. So, and I had this one there with me the whole time, and she took a few pictures to update people on what point I was in, and took a candid of me sleeping.
And we'll put those pictures here.
I also recommend that if you do have to travel far, that you make sure to have plans for, if you have someone there with you, you need to make sure that they have somewhere to stay, because we kind of ran into a big issue with that. So yeah, make sure they can have a place to stay. But yeah, so it was a good experience, and I'm doing, honestly, I thought I would be feeling a lot worse than I am. I'm feeling pretty good, and as long as you take your meds and stuff on time. And I haven't taken any laxatives. A lot of people say to take laxatives, but I'm not. I've been drinking a lot of prune juice and eating fiber and stuff, and so,
oh,
yeah.
Tip for prune juice if you don't like prune juice. Also buy like a cranberry cocktail juice thing or something that tastes better, and then like put half of prune juice, half of whatever else you picked up, and then mix it like that.
Not only that, but cranberry juice is also good for urination, because peeing can sometimes be a little difficult in the first few days, because you, like I said, you can't push anything, which is why pooping is hard, because you literally cannot push out your poop, and you cannot push out your pee, so you have to just kind of let it go, basically. Let it go.
I'm frozen.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied. The nurse will also take you for a short walk just before you leave. You're supposed to walk a little bit every day. Today, I didn't really walk yesterday very much, but I had to go to the bathroom a lot because you get really swollen after, and so it pushes on your bladder, so you have to get up and pee a lot. So I had to go to the bathroom a lot, so I guess I walked a lot yesterday. But today, my girlfriend and I went out for a walk along the canal, and we went kind of far for my very first home walk. So luckily there was a lot of benches, and I took some rests on the to and from walk, and I stopped a bit and rested. And I highly recommend that if you do go on a walk, if you are pre-top surgery, don't bind. It's really bad. It puts a lot of pressure on your chest, and your chest already is having a lot of gas pressure from your stomach, so don't do it. It probably won't be very pleasant. Eat a lot of fiber, Drink a lot of water. Take your meds when you're supposed to.
Drink your prune.
Drink your prune. Drink them. Prunes. And don't push anything. Don't do it. It's bad.
And for those visiting or taking care of those who have just had the surgery, try not to make them laugh so much.
Yeah. And also be very patient. Be very patient. Because in the first few days we're going to need a lot of help. Especially if you have a bed that's like 4 inches from the floor and you can't freaking get up.
Yeah. This bed though.
So, yeah. Make sure you have someone there to help you. Don't eat any cheese because it's bad. It makes you constipated and you don't do that. And if you do eat cheese, drink a lot of prune juice after. I like cheese, okay?
Okay.
These are also very good for gas. The nurses will probably give you them at the hospital stuff. It's also kind of hard to talk because you talk with your stomach a bit, right? So your voice might feel a little bit higher, or it might be harder to talk loud because it puts pressure on your stomach and stuff. And yeah, so. You can't sleep on your stomach or your side. You can sort of sleep on your side, but I don't recommend it. It's kind of painful. I have a really hard time sleeping on my back, but I have to, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're having a hysterectomy sometime soon, I hope it goes well for you. And yeah, peace.
Yeah.